Can't believe I'm about to reveal this on YouTube, but now my philosophy is confirmed. If you're gonna launch a property, listen to me closely. Go all in, go all out at the very beginning. Here's the deal. We are checking in on an Airbnb that I own, that I've never been to. I'm very nervous about what I'm gonna find inside. This one really hasn't been the best performer in my portfolio, but I've been a huge advocate of reinvesting back into your properties. But I'm really excited because we're currently getting a pickleball court installed in this property, and we're having a mural painted by my good friend Bella. So let's go check in on the progress, and then we'll start walking around and seeing what's wrong with this Airbnb. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome. Wow, look at this. Really coming together.
Thanks.
Look at you. You're a bona fide muralist.
I'm a bona fide muralist, and I was not bona fide. Now I'm fully bona fide.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. It's been 3 months since we've met, roughly. No. It's been 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 months since we met. How many murals have you completed?
Oh my gosh. I think like 12.
You've done 12?
Or something
so 2
crazy.
a month for the last like 5 or 6 months.
Yeah. Roughly, there was 1 month I did 5, so.
Oh my god.
The first month I was booking them out after you gave me a big shout out and all the host campers came running. I haven't eaten lunch.
Yeah, neither have I. I'm so hungry. We should go
get
eat.
Food.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay, good.
Great.
All right,
Okay, perfect.
I feel so lazy that I'm barely turning on the camera and I'm already ready for lunch. But if you're down, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm back from lunch, and the initial intent for this trip was to come and check in on some of the renovations we're doing in the backyard, including this mural. You see over here, say hi, Bella.
Hi.
But unfortunately, what I've uncovered about my Airbnb is that there is so much that needs to be addressed on the interior of the house. So while we're making the backyard beautiful, and we're gonna have an amazing pickleball court here, which I'll talk about in a little bit, it's gonna be a futile effort, if you will. Futile? Futile. Futile. Futile.
I say futile.
Futile. It's gonna be a futile effort if the inside of my property is dog shit. Oh, and now it's raining, so I guess that's my cue to show you everything that's wrong with the house. Don't judge me, I'm working on it. Starting in the house here, the first thing I noticed was the door lock is very loose. You might think, all right, not a big deal, you can tighten it. But then it just continues to compound as you see what's wrong in your Airbnb. Also, this lighting, really bad. Sorry, Caleb, deal with it. Other thing you see right here is there's a horrible drywall patch that goes across this. You can't really tell, let's see. Here's the story on this. The person that sold us this house was a contractor slash flipper who cut a ton of corners, like a ton of corners that we found out after we bought the house. And he pseudo fixed the foundation to make it past the inspection. But very quickly we realized there was a lot of foundational issues with this property, causing everything in this house to crack. We then hired a handyman to come and patch it up, which he did. Horribly. It looks so bad. Oh my god. And then there's things like this right here. So it's like the guy came and patched it, but he didn't paint anything, which just looks so bad. And there's like cracks everywhere. Right up here. You see that? It's honestly like I'm embarrassed. And then more foundation issues. Remember, I said the house is settling again. Surprise, more cracks. But then you see things like this right here, giant gaps in the cabinet. And that's really the result of foundation problems, which we've remedied. But as you can see, the repairs that took place after weren't really all that quality. And there's like little things too that I'm just like, can't believe I'm about to reveal this on YouTube, but it just goes to show you that you should visit your properties more often, because it's crazy how much the disrepair and lack of maintenance on a property can compound over like 3 to 9 months, which is the last time we had someone in this property. Towel racks, broken. Toilet paper holder off, just holes in the wall. And honestly, you wanna know the most annoying aspect of this whole Airbnb? Check it out. See this toilet seat, all right? If you're a gentleman and you're trying to raise the toilet seat, check this out. There's physically no way for this toilet seat to stay up. Now that's not really, I don't know what could be done about that, but look at this. Like literally, I was peeing trying to do this. So annoying. Now I gotta wash my hands. And now we get to the part that I'm just like, my cleaner took it upon themselves to make a little note for us. Extra towels under the sink on cardboard. On cardboard. I don't get it. I don't get why anybody would ever think that this is a good idea. Trash. Hey, extra towels under the sink.
You didn't stage that. That was legit there.
This was actually there. Did you write this? Please tell me you put this there last night.
Yeah, I did it just for this. No, yeah, I think the inside needs a little bit of work.
Needs a little bit of work.
I need more than one pillow.
Okay, bye. Bella brings up another very interesting point of feedback, and it's that her bed needs more than 2 pillows, which I'm seeing right now. Each bed only has 2 pillows. Each bed should have 4 pillows. That is my point of view for all Airbnbs. Like, granted, it doesn't look terrible, but it's like 4 pillows. Absolutely necessary. That's like just standard Airbnb stuff here. Again, 2 pillows, single throw pillow. I mean, it's like the place is cute. There's things that I would change probably if I were gonna refresh, like some of the art, you know, there's like little plants here in the corner, but I'm just like, overall, most furniture actually seems to be in decent condition. It's just the wear and tear of other random things. And it's really honestly the shoddy flip job on this property that just puts this one over the edge for me, but it's okay. We're gonna work on it. All that stuff in there could be fixed for like $1,000, right? Like refresh some of the furniture, some of the art, but really the expensive item in here that I was not planning on spending today is a paint job to paint that horrible patchwork in there. But it's what you gotta do. I could keep this running as a budget Airbnb and be fine with it, or I can put a little bit of money and TLC into this thing and actually have a sparkling Airbnb again, which is what we're here to do. Top 3 things you would fix in this Airbnb right out the gate.
You need fresh, clean water. And I know that like you can drink the tap in America, but like people like to have filtered water. And so there's no filtered water. That's the first thing.
So there's like no Brita?
There's no Brita,
okay.
There's no refrigerator water, or even just like, I really like whenever a property will have like just a filtered water thing on the sink.
Yep, I agree.
Like I need that. Would definitely want more than 1 pillow and potentially like a throw blanket. I sometimes get cold, so I want to have an extra blanket on the bed.
There's 2 pillows on every bed though.
Well, yeah, but you know, if I was sleeping with someone else, you really need like 2 per person.
You need the boundary, you need the pillows in between.
Exactly, you
yes,
need the boundary pillows, like the ones that you snuggle instead of snuggling your partner. I'm just kidding.
Number 3.
Number 3 would definitely be, I think in the bathroom, it feels a little bit like disjointed and like some random shampoo and conditioner bottles. I would definitely prefer something a little bit like cleaner, branded, and like it doesn't have to, you know, unbranded, I guess is the right thing.
You're saying like public goods?
Yeah, public goods. Something that just makes it look clean. I know I've got body wash, shampoo, and conditioner, and it's just nice and not like Amazon Basics in a bottle. Those are the 3 things I would say. Wow. Hey, I learned a lot at host camp.
That's right. Wow. Now that you've seen a glimpse at what this property was, stay tuned because we'll do more content around revamping this property. But the reason I came out here today is because I know that there's a really big opportunity to make more money with this property. Right now, I think this property grosses about $55,000 a year, and it's profitable, but I started looking at the comps and I found that the top performing comps in this market can make anywhere from like $80,000 to $100,000. So I started brainstorming because if we're profitable at $55,000, if I can get us to $60,000 or $70,000 or $80,000, that is significantly more money. Oh, it's raining. All right. I gotta wrap it up. If I can, and then the helicopter chase. It's fine. Do your thing, sir. But I started thinking, if I'm profitable at $55,000, then it behooves me to try to make as much money over that as possible, because every single dollar after $55,000 goes straight to the bottom line, AKA it's more profit. And it's so much easier to make money on Airbnb by revitalizing your existing portfolio versus going out and buying a new property, getting the down payment for it, finding a realtor, assembling your dream team and all that stuff. All that is really, really hard. All of that already exists. I already own the property. I'm already profitable. So now I can just add a few things here and there and boost profitability, and it's so much easier than going out and buying a new house. So here's a specific plan for this property. We've got a really amazing A&M mural. By the way, you can hire Bella to go and do your murals all over the country. She knocks them out super fast and she's mega affordable. And that's one way that I wanted to really boost the vibes out in the backyard as well. But one of the other opportunities I saw was this shed that you see back here. This shed came with the house and it was kind of old and janky and crumbly and was gonna implode on itself. So I talked to a contractor and I said, hey, how can you reinforce this and make it nice again and give it new life? And so I started thinking about the idea of building a pickleball court out here. We're currently standing on it right now. It hasn't been painted yet. And I thought, could we open up the front of this to sort of build this like open shed. And the initial thought was we were gonna put benches out here so that you could watch the pickleball game take place. But then it kind of evolved into this idea of building sort of this outdoor game room. And we're gonna call this the game day house. And Bella's also gonna paint a mural in here as well. And we're gonna have a TV here so you can actually watch A&M games, sports and everything like that. On top of other game room type of amenities, maybe like a foosball table, dartboard, bar stools, cooler, all that stuff. All right, what's the plan? Oh, you got some paint. I like it. Yeah, it's great. True muralist right here. I love it.
It's true.
Okay, what's the plan for in here?
So I was told this is gonna be like this really dope space where you can like watch TV, watch the game, but also play the game. And so we wanted to kind of bring that outdoor energy inside. And Rob's idea was to make it game day themed. And so this is kind of the mock-up I started with, and this is the design we came up with. So I wanted these murals to be cohesive, right? I wanted the colors to work for both sides and ultimately create a fun, lively, energetic space, because this is where the energy is gonna be, right? We're gonna be cheering for our team. And so designing around a TV is actually really difficult because the TV is always the centerpiece, but creating something that kind of recedes, gets you in the vibe, the game day vibe, we came up with this. And we were kind of between like adding more color or less, but we decided to go with more color because you can always paint over things if it's too much, but you can't add more if you start with less. So let's just go all the way.
Yeah, let's go all the way.
I love it.
That's great. Here, bring it up to the thing. All right, before, after. All right, tell everybody to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I'm Let's Go with Bella on Instagram.
And what about on YouTube?
On YouTube, I'm Bella the Creator, and I just started. Thanks to Rob being a wonderful mentor and just showing me all the beautiful things that making more content can solve all of your problems.
Link in the description down below. All right, now we get to the final piece of this whole design, and really what sparked a bit of a design renovation, if you will, is we had this giant backyard, and it really was just completely underutilized. We had a cowboy tub and a deck, but honestly, it just was a little bland out here. And so we started taking measurements, and obviously, y'all know that I love pickleball, and we had just enough room to pour a pickleball pad, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. The general idea is I want this to be an A&M themed place because we're in Bryan, Texas. We're going all in on the game day idea, and this pickleball court is gonna be green on the outskirts, and then the actual pickleball like squares. For someone that loves pickleball, you think I'd know the terminology more, but the actual pickleball court itself will be maroon and the lines will be white. And it's gonna look really, really cool. We've gotten mock-ups for it. I'm really excited. But this entire renovation, ranging from the pickleball court to the rebuild of this shed back here, is gonna cost around $26,000, which isn't particularly cheap, but let's just run the math on that for a little bit. I've already said that there are comps in the area that do $80,000 to $100,000 for similarly, I can do this, for similarly priced homes. I did it. Our home is making $55,000 and is profitable, meaning every time I increase revenue on this property, I'm drastically increasing the profitability of this property. And so at a $26,000 investment, if I can get this property to go from $55,000 a year to, let's say, $70,000 a year, just $15,000, which I am very confident we're gonna do, then just that alone is gonna be a game changer because it's not like my costs are going up. And the ROI on that would be pretty insane. I'm not gonna do it off the top of my head, but let's just say this. $15,000 divided by $26,000 would be around a 58% ROI on this specific investment. And I want people to really think about this because when we're out there buying new properties, whether it's a long-term rental, we're trying to get a 6 to a 10% cash-on-cash return. If it's a short-term rental, we're trying to get 15 to 20% cash-on-cash return. And that's really hard to do in today's market with interest rates and all that good stuff, which is why I've been so focused on revamping my current portfolio, because if I can invest $26,000 into this property and make a 58% ROI, that's insane. I wouldn't ever be able to do that with any other investment vehicle out there. Well, not without it being super risky. But let's just bring it back a little bit, because maybe some of you are thinking like, well, $15,000 is significant. Well, in order for this investment to make sense, at a 20% return, I would really only need to increase the revenue slash profitability of this particular house by $5,200 a year. So I would need to bring revenue from $55,000 to about $60,000, $61,000 with this investment for it to make sense. But I can tell you right now, we're gonna make a heck of a lot more than $5,000. Or so I think. I feel pretty good about it. You never know though. But if you just look at my Scottsdale property, for example, I spent $22,000 on that pickleball court. This month in March, we're gonna do about $43,000, $44,000 in revenue. That's after we installed the pickleball courts. Last March, we did about $14,000. Let me verify. Yep, last March we did $14,563. So we actually made $30,000 more in March of 2024 versus March of 2023 because of a pickleball court. Now I'm not expecting to make $30,000 more in a single month here, but if I can make $15,000 more over the course of a year, then this place is gonna be a slam dunk of a deal. It kind of makes me wish we would have started this way, but we were working with a scrappy budget and we were working with investors and we wanted to be respectful of their money. But now my philosophy is confirmed that if you're gonna launch a property, listen to me closely. Go all in, go all out at the very beginning. Never tell yourself I'm gonna launch a property and when the money comes in, I'm gonna reinvest it back into it, because you never do that. Deferred maintenance and repair happens and you just set it and forget it and you say, well, hey, it's not broken. Let's just let that do its thing. I'm gonna go buy another house. It's the worst mistake you can make, and it's a mistake that I've made over and over and over again in my career, but I am never gonna make that mistake again, which is why with the Pink Pickle, my property in Austin, Texas, I went all out and I spent about $70,000 just on the design portion of that house because I knew what it could be, and I'm so proud of that one. And that one is a 10 out of 10 Airbnb. This one right now, not a 10 out of 10, but when it's done, be pretty close, maybe like an 8 out of 10. I'd be happy with an 8 out of 10, but if it could be a 10 out of 10, I mean, that'd be pretty good too. You know what's gonna make it a 10 out of 10? This mural right here.
Hell yeah. I think so too.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I get questions all the time about when you have a pickleball court in like a residential neighborhood like this one, what do you do to make sure that the pickleballs aren't like flying into your neighbor's house? Now you could actually get netting systems and they're very expensive. They're usually like a couple $1,000s, but we figured out a pretty good little hack here. You see all these 4x4s behind me? We've cemented those into the ground. We found like a batting cage and netting that we bought on the internet. We're actually gonna be able to get all of that installed for like $500 to $800, way cheaper, and it's actually gonna look pretty good too. And the other little bonus that I haven't really talked about is I said that we had that cowboy pool right here. It used to just be sitting on a deck, but we repurposed that deck and rebuilt it. And we actually built like a deck that complements the shape of the, And we actually built a deck that complements the shape of this cowboy pool. So now, this whole little section right here, we're gonna work on getting these string lights higher. We're gonna work on getting them out of the way of the actual mural itself so that you can take a photo in front of all of this. But in theory, it's gonna be a vibe. I'm really determined to revitalize my entire portfolio from start to finish, get everything just popping, get new things installed, get everything squeaky clean, because the ROI has proven to be worth it time and time again for me over the last year. I would really like to make a content series where I go around to all of my Airbnbs and revitalize them and give them all design rehab. So if that would be interesting for you to watch and follow along with, let me know in the comments down below and I'll make a series out of it. And it would be really difficult for me to travel across the country, but I think it would be worth it, especially for the content. So let me know in the comments and maybe I'll do it. Why not? Why not make my life busier? You're welcome. Speaking of which, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell so that you're notified when I post the final video of this backyard transformation. I'll catch you on the next episode of Raw Bill. Bye.